Hey, welcome back to the channel, man. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, explain everything to you guys. Subscribe to this channel and comment as we follow along, man. Come on. So look, that whole time that a lot of stuff has been going on, man, it was all basically just a lot of distractions to keep you from knowing the fact that Dolph been missing, man. And it's kind of weird that nobody ever came out and reported and saying that we ain't seen Dolph in 2 days or whatever like that. Like usually, people will call you. Like if you just up and left somewhere for like 2 days, don't you think somebody will call you and somebody would be like, "Hey, where are you at?" and this and that. The fact that nobody was really calling and saying none of that, it goes to show a lot of stuff.
And people, it just seemed like they wasn't concerned about his well-being. If only they took the initiative to sit there and actually go forth and protect this man, the same man who provides for them. He provides for hundreds of people. Y'all gotta understand, these when nobody around. If it was somebody with him, you mean to tell me this man worth all this money when nobody that he knew was with him? No, what it is they was with him. They turned on him while they was there. Y'all gotta understand, they lure him there. And when you lure somebody somewhere, that's why he had the cash in his hand. They took that. You gotta look at the fact, what was in the bag at a Roof Chris? Why would you have a bag of money at Roof Chris like you finna do some type of um big old mafia hitman deal or something? Like you want, like, no. What did you have the money for? You know, Dolph was a businessman. He was about to buy something. He was about to buy probably Roof Chris. You have to look at the fact that he was there for a reason, and all of a sudden you're taking a picture with someone who's connected to Makitas.
Yeah, so they were definitely salty for the fact that he was gonna buy Ruth Chris instead of investing in Yo Gotti Mom restaurant. And so another thing is y'all gotta realize that the brother is the guy that drove Dolph car there. The camo car, the Corvette, the C8 Corvette that's parked right there. Young Dolph didn't drive it there. That was his brother. Because remember, 5 months ago, we was telling y'all, how did the brother get there? Where is the brother's car? Did he park on Joy Lane or Pecan? Because we already know that the Bentley was on Joy Lane or Pecan. And so if the brother drove his own car and parked on one of the side streets, he would have seen the Bentley. He would have seen enough to raise suspicion that Moneybagg Yo Gotti, and Black Youngster was right there waiting in the backgrounds. And the fact that he drove his car up there is that they had all had planned to meet at the Makitas for the music video that morning. And so when nobody seen Dolph, they thought he was just handling his business with Ruth Chris. They thought he has so many business meetings that it's just okay not to bother him. But then when they go to meet on November 17th at the Makitas, come to find out Dolph never shows up. But his brother pulls up the car there and stuff like that. But then once the brother goes inside and he sees that, hey, it's not the fact that Dolph didn't show up. Dolph been in here, and Dolph been in here already basically taken out the way, and man, and sent up. Like, you gotta understand, at that point, the brother was just playing his role in, the situation about, hey, you just supposed to bring the car up here and everything, and when the dudes in the other car pull up, you got to run outside and make it look like you busting back at him and everything like that.
Basically, they wanted to make it seem like it happened that day. And you gotta understand, they put in a lot of work to let that happen, to even make that possible for people to even think that it was a real thing that happened, because it was no eyewitnesses on the scene, but it was hundreds of people out there moments after the shooting. Like, you have to look at the fact, like, why wasn't no one looking at Makitas when it was going off? Of course, people were ducking and doing things like that, but it was only a few people who heard the busting of the rounds. It wasn't a lot of people, and when they tried to reach for the door, Like, you have to understand, the door was locked. How did the door get locked? That's what I'm trying to figure out. But you have to understand, the door was locked because they came in through the back door. They drove through the back. That's how Black Youngster was able to, you know what, and not next thing you know, the arm out the window.
Yeah, they most definitely locked him in. And y'all gotta realize that the reason why the brother could be in on it or is allegedly in on it is the fact that if he's supposed to be there for protection, he's supposed to have that strap on him anyways. Why would he be carrying it in the backpack but not have an additional one at the waist? Or at the ankle or the jacket or anything, because anybody knows with safety training that you're not supposed to just go with one that's hard to get at. Like, if something goes down, the brother has to take down his backpack, he has to duck and cover first, then he has to assemble together his strap, his Drake, and then he got to run outside. But any real security would tell you that you're supposed to have a side holster that already has something in it ready to go. That way you don't have to be digging in your backpack and you could just draw it out and fire before the other person does, like Western style, instead of having to duck and cover and potentially get hit, or in this case, have, you know, the situation that they want you to believe that Dolph got hit. But we all know that most of that is a cover up. And so the reason that we're proving that is the fact that this quote unquote security guard didn't have a side alternative weapon that he could use instead of the one that's in the backpack. That way he's actually doing his job proper. Because if he's really protecting, he would have had multiple straps on him and would have went to the one that's the most easiest accessible. So that way he could eliminate the target before they eliminate him and his people. So y'all got to realize that he didn't do any of that. He made the story seem like that he had to get it out of his backpack. Once he said that he had his strap in the backpack and not on him, that's when I instantly knew. That's when we all instantly should have known that this was all pre-planned setup, a back door. And the proof is right there, right in front of you, that the fact that what everybody's calling the security guard or the brother that's there for protection literally had the worst technique of trying to protect anybody or anything, including himself. And so you want me to believe that that's how Dolph went out? I can't, it's hard to believe that, because what really happened is that he already knew when he came in there that the situation was that he was basically recruited and was going to play the part to where he's going to act like he's busting back to the people, and that it had just freshly happened, and that he was running out and he didn't draw his strap out quick enough. And that's why Dolph got hit. They're trying to literally put the nail in the coffin and say, this is how it went. But we're trying to tell you that it doesn't logically make sense, because he would have had a side like holster and used that and been able to get him. Like, he could have actually, in real life, if their story happened like what happened, he would have actually prevented the whole Dolph incident. But that goes to show the flaws in the narrative that they're trying to tell you about the two dudes that came up and did it, and the Dolph was in the corner with his brother on the phone and all that stuff. They're trying to tell you that they were on the phone to make you believe that they didn't have the reaction time to get their straps quick enough. So, man, y'all got to realize, man, and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and like this video, comment, and hit the thumbs up. And I want you to share this video.
Y'all need to look at the fact that we need to really open our eyes and look at the whole alternative of this. Like, the reason that Key Glock left Dolph there when Key Glock could have stayed there and helped Dolph. If Key Glock had all motives of being somewhere else, he would be saying it. But instead, he keeping quiet because he know that it'll implicate that he was there.
Exactly.